Welcome friends. In this video we will see the singleton pattern. So let's see it one by one. What is singleton pattern? So what is singleton pattern? So singleton patterns like it ensures that the class has only one instance and provides global point of access to it. Means the class we create, okay, will have only one object and ensure only one instance of class provide global access point to that instance. So it will like provide access to access this single instance of the class. So why do we need? Why we need it? Because like some objects called printers, puller, or database connection, we need only one instance of the class. In that case, we need the singleton object. Helps manage global state. Means let's say there is some configuration which is need once, so it should be a singleton object. In that case, we can uh, maintain the these attributes globally, okay, and provide central point of access. So from one point of access, we can access this. Uh, okay, now, okay, so what is the solution of this? So what we need to do, create a singleton. So first of all, we need to make, let's say there is a class called my class. Okay, this is my class. I want to make it singleton. How? How can I make it? So first of all, you need to make constructor as a private. Okay. If we make constructor as private, from where we can access it? We can access from the same class only and provide one method which is static. My class get instance, which will return the instance of my class. So if you see here, make the constructor private. So here if you see this constructor, we make it as private and create a public static method that returns the unique instance. So create a public static method means we created get instance method, okay, which is public method, and static method which will return the instance. Okay, so whenever we get the get instance, it will check it is initiated or not. If it is initiated, it will return the instance. Otherwise, it will create a new object. So this way we can create the singleton class, and we will have only single object. So what are the advantages? Provides single point of access, okay, and strict control over instances. We can control the number of instances, help save resources when only one object is required. So let's say there is a requirement of one object, we will create only one object, so it will save the memory that will not create a more than one instance. What are the drawbacks? Can be challenging for testing global state, may lead to hidden dependencies, and not ideal for multi-threaded environment unless handled correctly. What this mean? This mean in case of multi-thread application, it will not work. We need to handle this object singleton object creation properly. So let's see first the example. Mm, my code. Okay. So this is my class. Okay. What I did, I make my constructor private. I publish one static method which will return the instance of the my class. I declare one static variable, my instance variable, name with instance which will hold this my class object. Okay. So if you see here, whenever I call this, the hash code of both will be sham. Okay, and singleton guarantee only one instance true if implemented correctly. So you need to make sure that your uh, you need to make sure that you implemented it correctly. Okay, so see, in threads we need what we should consider that it should be double check, like in multi-thread application we need to prevent threads to multiple threads to create multiple objects. In case of serialization, in case of reflection attacks, means using reflection we can create multiple objects. Class loader issues like multiple instances. If we have multiple class loader, it will have multiple class copy and it will create multiple instance, multiple objects of the given class. So in case of class loader also, it will not work because for each class loader we will have uh, separate object. So in this case, we need to like use common class loader to avoid this class loader issue. Another three, thread safety, serialization, and reflection attack we will see in detail in code. Okay. Now let's go one by one. So okay, so in this is simple implementation, like we make constructor private. Okay, now to make it thread safe, let's say any client call this get instance method. Okay, so I make it synchronized. If multiple thread comes here, one thread have to wait, one thread will get the log and will go in this method and it will return the instance of this. Okay, in case of multi-thread, it will be thread safe if we use synchronized. Okay, let's say this method is called multiple times. Okay, in that case, every time it's take the log of this synchronized, means it will take the log, and let's say the instance is already created in first call. In second call also it will take the log and release log. So it will be expensive to use synchronize here. Okay, so what we can do? So here what we can do, like we can okay, here we have synchronize. We don't need here synchronize. Let's say we instantiate the object while class is loading. So while declaring static variable instance, I instantiate it. So I just have to return. So it will make sure that it will return the single instance. Okay. So here also consider that there is only one class loader, or your class loader is like common between multiple class loader. You use same class loader to handle this singleton objects, or you use some registry to avoid this in case of multiple class loader. So here it is make sure that whenever class is loaded, it will create the instance, and while get instance method is called, let's say in multiple thread, it will return same object because now it will become the thread safe. Another is like double lock. In this example, we seen that we use synchronize. So each and every time, it will take the lock. So here, if I don't want to do that, what I will do, I will check first that instance is null. If null, then only we will acquire the lock. If it is not null, we just return it. Okay, if it is null, we'll acquire lock and we'll again check that uh, instance is null, then only I will instantiate it. So this double check is work, or like it will be each and every time will not need to acquire the log. First time only when instance is null, then only it will acquire the log on this class. In other case, it will not. Like the second time when I call get instance, it will be not null, so it will not go inside. Okay. In case of multi-thread also, one thread only will get this log. Okay. So why we need here again to check? Let's say two thread comes here together, one thread will get the log. It will go inside, check this. First time it comes, so it will be none. It will create the instant. Now second thread was waiting for lock, it will get the lock. Here we checking again if instance is null, but first thread created this instance, so here it will not null, so it will avoid to create multiple instances, so it will be thread safe in this way. But what is the problem with this double check method, that it will work in Java 5 and later only, because prior to Java 5 like Java 1.4 and earlier, this volatile we using here volatile, so it's not work correctly, there is some bug. So what this volatile will do, why we using this volatile here for this instance, because in Java thread use their local memory, okay, and they don't check this instance in heap memory. It will not check the actual value of instance. They just first time they will just create a copy of these variables and store in the local cache of the thread. So they will not check this variable in heap. So if we define is a volatile, every thread has to check from main memory only. They will not use the local cache to read the value of this instance. So this volatile, it will not work before Java 5. So you need to make sure that you are using the Java 5 or later version, then only use this method. Okay, another like issue like mm, reflection API. So we seen in slide. See, in serialization, if you see, we'll see by example, it will be clear that, see, I have one class, my singleton, okay. It is implement serializable, okay. So what I do, I statically define one variable and return get instance, okay. Now, okay, so what I do, I add the object using get instance method, and another way, like I write object to the file, okay, using output stream and deserializing it. So I will read that object, okay. So if I run these, see, hash code of first object and hash code of second object is different because it creating the new object while deserializing. So to avoid this, what we need to do in this my singleton class, okay, uh, what I have to do, I have to override this readResolve method and return the same instance, okay. So after like while deserialize, it will not create a new object if I override this method called resolve. Okay, now let's say I run. It should return same hash code because it is same object. Okay. Now another case was like was reflection attack. We already this class order we did check the thread safety and serialization also we check. Now uh, let's say reflect using reflection we can, let's say there is a my class, okay. I what I do, I just create a get instance using get instance method, and using reflection I get create a new instance. This is my object too. So if I run this, it will return the value of hash code different because it creates a new instance. Okay, so to avoid this, what we can do like this. Whenever it object is already there, we will return already created. So reflection, okay, in my class I will add else condition if object is already there, okay. uh, reflection, okay. Okay, new instance. Okay, so in case of reflection, to avoid duplicate, what we need to do, we need to check that if instance is not equal to null, then only throw this exception. So if we go to reflection name, so it will throw that already created. So using this, we can avoid the duplicate object creation in case of the reflection. Okay, so if I want to create 100% singleton class, what can I do? I can use enum. In enum, you define the enum. Okay, create only one key. Here is the instance. So it will JVM will make sure that there is one instance of this class. So if we go to the summary, what is the definition? Single instance global access point. We define the static public method to get the instance. Simple and common pattern we be vary for advanced issues like reflection serialization. We need to check like thread safety. Also, we need to make sure that it is implemented correctly. Use enum for simplicity and safety. So enum is the safest way and simple way to create the singleton object. Okay, now let's see the enum example that yeah. So this is enum. So it is 100% singleton. Just define one. Uh, we define instance, and whenever I want to call it from main, what I do, instance. Okay, object 3 equal to this, let's object 4, and I check the hash code. This is the object 3, object 4. If I compare, see the hash code is same. So I hope you understood the singleton method pattern. If you have any question, please comment out. Uh, if you like this explanation, if it is helped you, you are learning something, then please subscribe my channel and please like the video. Thanks.